Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm Terrell Hill, and today we're looking at Black Christmas. No, not the 1974 original, and no, not the 2006 bullshit remake either. Yeah, this movie, which was released in 2019. So yeah, this movie is another remake right after the 2006 one, and I think it focuses on, the one from the original. I think this is a remake focusing on the original, because that 2006 one is ass. So yeah, and this is a 2019 slasher film, which was, it's supposed to be a remake to the original and shit like that. So yeah, and honestly, this movie, it feels like it's trying to put out a message that isn't obviously not, said well in this movie and shit. This movie mainly focuses on, rape victims and shit. I don't really know how to explain it, but this movie is, it's okay, I guess, and shit. And honestly, man, my opinions on it, it's not good. I really don't like this shit, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm sorry for all the people that do like it, but man, it's just the last two Black Christmas movies, they just suck. I mean, yeah, whatever, but man, this movie is it's just not good, and I have to cover this shit. So here, let's get to the kills. The movie begins with a quote about man, a tribute to Calvin Hawthorne, which also means that it's currently right now he's being chanted at by these hooded looking weirdos and shit like that. So they're gonna be killing for these people for the rest of this damn movie and shit. Girls at Delta 6 are having themselves to get in Christmas spirit and shit, but not this sister right here though. She's actually on her way home and shit. On the way there though, anyway, the other sisters call her and shit and asking why she's leaving and shit like that. So anyway, she gets some weird DMs and shit on her phone and shit. The app is called Yip Yap, where you can text people and shit, in that generation at least and shit. And then, she gets some DMs from that guy himself and shit. And it's not that guy standing right behind her. The movie tries to make it seem like, he's stalking her or whatever. But you know what? It's a false alarm though. That guy's on his way home and shit. It's actually this motherfucker right here and shit. Shit like that. So yeah, she starts, knocking on people's doors and shit, trying to get help and shit, but she seeks to not find none and shit like that. So yeah, anyway, though, she keeps panicking and shit, and with nothing else to do though, she gets attacked eventually and shit, or her first kill on the count. So pretty fucked up, and he drags her body away and shit. But was you ready for this motherfucking title card, which it's just basic as hell and shit like that. So anyway, we meet up with Riley and shit. Anyway, she's getting ready for school or some shit and all that type of shit. It's a crazy ass morning and shit, where she tries to look for her diva cup and shit like that. So anyway, she's on the way there and shit like that, and on her way out she has to talk to some sisters for a second and shit like that. So anyway, later at school or whatever, she has a shitty teacher which tries to make her feel uncomfortable and shit. That's when Chris tries to have everyone to sign her damn petition so that bitch can get fired. But anyway, I think she's doing a fine ass job at it and shit and all that type of shit. Anyway, they're talking about some shit on their way back to the house, I guess, and shit like that. So we cut to this Landon guy, which is eager to help Chris out with this shit and all that type of shit, trying to get bro fired and shit like that. Then he awkwardly eyes Riley like that. So anyway, he gets stuck holding a door for a bunch of people though. But don't worry, bro, she thinks it's cute and shit like that. So anyway, they keep eyeing each other. But anyway, this guy is not good at all, because apparently he raped Riley 3 years ago, and that's why. Also, bro is from DKO, the founders fraternity and shit like that. But anyway, Riley pulls up there and shit like that. So anyway, she goes into the bitching place and shit and all that type of shit. So but the girls get ready so they can sing this Christmas carol they gotta do and shit. But anyway, Riley pops in trying to convince the other girls, that she can join her and shit. Anyway, Riley peeps in on some people doing some weird cult shit, which that's not very good and shit. Anyway, bro gets sold his soul basically and shit, and Riley peeps in on it, getting all the information and shit. Then Chris tries to inform her to join us and shit, since we don't have a fourth member and shit like that. So but either way though, this show gets on the road and shit, which they do good at first and shit. But Riley sees her rapist in the crowd and shit, and she starts fucking up and shit. But don't worry though, she gets right back to it and shit, and starts throwing shots at bro and shit like that all over the town and shit. Boy, the girls run out of there thinking thinking that they did good and all that type of shit. Which yeah, anyway, yeah, this landing guy shows up once again trying to go with them and shit, and he's also telling Riley that he did good on his, you know, shit like that. So yeah, anyway, we're back to the sorority house and shit like that, where she drunkenly unpacks her shit and shit like that, and then, you know, we get some weird ass shots indicating that someone's in there. Then she gets yip yaps on her phone with these weird ass DMs. Then we get a fade to black and shit, which we stay on this black fade for a minute and shit. Then Riley wakes up and shit, so she can go, you know, do some Christmas shopping and shit. And then she gets some, you know, more weird DMs and shit like that. And you know, these Black Christmas movies are always fucking with someone's phone. One of the sisters just enjoying them though, cause she has to go home or something and shit like that. Then the silhouette comes right behind her and kills her. So yeah, anyway, while they're Christmas shopping and shit, the movie reminds us that this is a Black Christmas. So they get some weird ass DMs and shit as they're Christmas shopping and shit like that. So yeah, anyway, she gets a call from the no caller ID and shit. Then she goes to the police and shit, where she goes to report everything that just happened. But Riley goes back to the Deke house to try and come search for her sister and shit, but she doesn't end up finding her because she keeps getting these dumbass phone calls and shit like that. So yeah, anyway, we're back to the sorority house and shit, where I guess they're, you know, just cooking some Christmas food or some shit. Anyway, Riley tells them to shut the hell up about the whole situation and shit, so she can stop getting these weird ass yip yaps on her phone and shit like that. So yeah, but Chris really doesn't agree with it and shit. You know, they get to argue. This is something that, you know, should have been explored more in this movie, even if it makes them feel uncomfortable and shit. Anyway, we cut to some, you know, girl looking for some Christmas lights and shit and all that type of shit. Then she gets killed right there and shit when that motherfucker jumps out. And also, bro is about to get killed, but I didn't show his whole kill scene because of YouTube bullshit. Anyway, Riley is getting choked to the ground and shit, and he also kills, you know, that hooded weirdo and shit like that. Then he also, another sister is getting killed like that and all that type of shit. So yeah, anyway, the fucking sisters fight with this boy and shit like that, and he also dies too and shit. Anyway, Riley is on her way back to you know, place and shit like that, where Landon is also offering help, and you know, he's setting as in the distraction and shit, and he starts breaking shit, and the people catch him and shit like that. Then Riley tries to go destroy that thing, but she hears some screaming and shit I guess from one of the sisters and shit. But it turns out this sister is a little sneaker and shit. And also, she gets killed after doing everything, you know, they said and shit. So yeah, more sisters come, you know, to come save Riley and shit. Then they also, you know, get into this fight scene and shit like that. So yeah, and also, you know, Riley destroys the fucking thing right there and shit, but one of the hooded weirdos, you know, tries to talk her down, but she says fuck off and shit. And she still does it and all that type of shit. And they're still fighting these hoodie weirdos trying to get the hell out of there and shit. Then, you know, Chris sets the shit on fire and shit, locking them in there with these battle boards and shit. And I'll also be adding 15 other kills on our count. 3 named characters and shit. You know, the other hooded fuckers and shit. And I guess the movie ends with, you know, a shot of her face. And as always, we get another black ass fade for no fucking reason. How many kills happened in this very big questionable movie? Let's find out and let's get to the numbers. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, damn, stupid ass yip yap DMs. I should go, you know, wrap this up right now. Yep. By my count, I counted 24 kills in this Black Christmas, the highest of the series so far. My list of victims consisted of 19 male and 5 female, so yeah. Finally, we have a fucking Black Christmas movie which kills more male than, you know, female victims, which honestly, I don't know why they used to do that, but, you know, that shit ain't right. With a runtime of 92 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 3.83 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to that cold open kill, because it's honestly, I really fuck with it. Dom Machete for lamest kill can go to the last kill I counted in this whole entire movie, because I honestly wish, you know, it might sound dumb, but I wish we would have seen some aftermath of that. But that's it though. Black Christmas came out in 2019 and it's honestly, it's an okay movie, I guess. I don't hate it, but you know, it's not my taste though. But you can join us for the last kill count of this year actually, which we're finally gonna be doing Cocaine Bear. I know, get ready. But until then, it's Terrell Hill. This has been the kill count. thank you guys so much for watching my kill count on this movie. Honestly, I really like this movie, and honestly, we finna end off 2023 with Cocaine Bear, the one y'all all have been waiting for. I ain't lie, I kinda did this on purpose. Y'all was supposed to get this movie. That's why I didn't cover Jack Frost 2. Plus, you know, it's a waste of my time and your time watching that shit. So yeah, but man, I honestly cannot wait to end off this year with that, and I really cannot wait for 2024 on this channel. I'm so proud of this damn channel, bro. I mean, shit, man. I honestly, like, I don't know, man, but shit, I'm glad that I get to do this. And you barely hear me talk about copyright, cause you know, I just don't go through it no more, you know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting me this year. You guys are the best, and thank you guys for subbing up this year and everything like that. I really sincerely thank all of you guys, shit like that, because you know, man, without y'all I wouldn't be doing this. So yeah, thank you guys so fucking much. Alright, see you next week for the last kill count of this year. Be good people and enjoy. Happy holidays, man. Be good people.